Right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our opening night. This is an essential feature of our programs at ASPA, and we normally do this before the start of every night. The aim of this is to interact with our prospective students and also our continuing students for them to appreciate our tuition program for the next night. This is a follow-up from our session we had on Friday, which was dedicated to the syllabus. We were able to do an extensive overview of our syllabus for the November exam, which is the new syllabus which has been issued by the Institute. And for the first time, we have had an extensive overview of the new syllabus with myself and my colleague, Kwame. So if you haven't watched that video, kindly get a copy and watch it. So this is our opening night. It's an open forum for ourselves and our students where we could interact and get their perspectives regarding the start of the new session of the new tuition program. We expect to start tuition tomorrow, Monday, for our November date. We are expected to start tomorrow evening. And hopefully, once we get to the timetable, I will actually take you through that. But that is how we go about it. Before the start of every tuition, we have an opening night, engage all our students to bring them on board and get them on the same page as our team before we start our tuition program. So this is our program for our tuition. Quite clearly, you can see that we have a new flyer, evident of how far we've come from the old syllabus, depicting our success from year to year in terms of the many awards we have received from the previous tuition we had with the old syllabus. We have had so many awards. This is just a bit of that. We've had award in strategic case study multiple times, overall best students, corporate reporting, advanced auditing, advanced tax. We are an award-winning team, and the evidence is clear with regards to our previous previous syllabus and the work we have done so far. So if that is clear to everybody, you can see our new program in terms of our benefits, which is something that most of you are aware of. We expect that our tuition going into this diet will be very comprehensive and it's strictly going to be online, even though we are considering running some sessions in person, but predominantly our delivery will be online. And the reason for this is that we have been able to build one of the most reliable online platforms in order for us to be able to deliver our tuition and ensure that our students are able to access the videos in 24 hours after the lecture. Mike, do you have a comment to make? Hello, Mike. Do you have a comment to make? Your hand is up. Okay, so we can continue. So our benefit is that, yes, we offer one of the best online tuition program for our students. Comprehensive coverage of the new syllabus is what we expect to do. And for what we do, we have a very much able to release videos after each session in 24 hours. So 24 hours is our KPI, but we normally are able to do that before the 24 hours. And in our mobile application, we have the opportunity for our students to save the videos. We together save the videos and be able to play back at any time, which obviously saves you money because you don't have to continuously re-download and play the videos, which could cost you money. And then in our mobile application, we give our students the opportunity to access all previous lecture videos of our previous lectures in the mobile app, as well as all relevant lecture materials which were used for those previous sessions are normally made available for our students. And the good news going into this sitting is that we have now been able, after we have reviewed the feedbacks from our students, we have now been able to ensure that our mobile app is able to give you access to the lecture materials. So I think in the previous diet, or in the previous syllab, or if I should say in the previous sitting, what we normally do is to share with our students a Google Drive where you can obtain all the various lecture materials. This time around, we have been able to achieve another feat where these materials can be obtained in the mobile application. And we are expecting that that should be live in the next few days, if not live already. Mike, what's the update on that? Are we live, or we have some time more to have that live? Mike, can you hear me? So we are.
No, we've done the deployment. We are just waiting for approvals. Then we should be done.
Okay, so we are waiting for approval from our providers, which is Android and iOS. So once that approval is done, you can be able to access all the lecture materials in the app. Is that okay? You just go there, go to your app, go to lecture notes, click on it. You see your summary note and download your lecture materials. The reason for that is to make sure that once you go to the app to access the videos, you can also access your lecture materials, giving you that level of convenience, because in the past, these lecture materials are made available via the, what do you call it, Google Drive, which obviously sometimes when anybody joins the page, you ask, where is the lecture note? Where is the lecture note? Yeah. So even without not even joining the WhatsApp, you can easily pick up your lecture material from the app and begin to study. Is that okay? So we are increasing the convenience to ensure that students get the best out of our mobile application. So that is one of the innovation that we have brought in. And all this is from the feedback we got from our students. Is that okay? So based on the feedback we have received from our students, we have been able to add that feature in the app. So basically, these are some of the added advantage we have with Aspire, an award-winning tuition provider. Is that clear? The best in terms of technology. Number one, no one can compare. And I can tell you, you can also know that we have the best team of lecturers with the experience, both industry as well as practical experience, to bring the knowledge to bear on the topics to be delivered. And I can tell you that we are ready for the new syllabus. We have had extensive discussions on the new syllabus as a team, and basically we are collaborating to deliver this new syllabus to ensure that the outcomes are better. Is that okay? So what is our timetable? Let's look at our timetable. So our timetable is quite simplified this time around. You can see that we have a unique design, and the reason why you can see some color, I'm sure some of you are looking at the uniqueness of our designs. We are putting across some way of trying to achieve consistency in our brand communication. So you realize that we are looking at a color theme which is consistent. Okay, so looking at our timetable, you could realize that for each of the subjects, there's a weekend as well as a weekday. Now, from the feedback we got from our students from the last sitting, the emphasis was that we are actually, okay, the leader in terms of technology when it comes to ICA tuition. And every student knows that with Aspire, once the lecture is done, video is available. There's no doubt about that. The quality of video, top-notch. The ease of access and download, top-notch. So what our students have communicated from our feedback form is that they are emphasizing the need for us to move faster, exactly, with the delivery of the lectures. Why? Because if we are going to be continuously repeating the lectures, there's going to be a delay in the ability to finish the syllabus. And when that happens, the challenge is that we end up being a bit faster when obviously the time is almost up. So on that particular basis, we are actually going to have a change in approach going into this sitting. So the only time we are going to repeat will be just for this week. So this week, starting tomorrow, Monday, okay, to Friday, and also on the weekend, we are going to have the syllabus introduction for each subject. So all our lecturers who are going to handle the various subjects will take you through the syllabus for the new subject. Exactly, for the new syllabus, actually. So each subject will have their own session. So, for example, tomorrow we have a PSA and strategic case study. There will be an overview of the syllabus for those two papers by the lecturers. Tuesday, we have advanced taxation, and then we have also, I think that should be management accounting on Tuesday. So that's the logic. So throughout this week, there will be specific discussion or overview of the syllabus by the lecturers handling each of the papers. Are we clear? So we'll do that to Thursday, or to Friday, sorry. And then we will do the same thing again over the weekend. Exactly. We'll repeat the overview of the syllabus again over the weekend. So whatever we've done on the weekday, Monday to Friday, will be repeated on the weekend program for everybody to appreciate all the relevant issues for each of the subjects. Are we clear? So once we are done the following week, then that will be the fire for fire. Exactly. The expectation is that in that week or the week thereafter, if I should be very much sure of the day, so that should be the 5th of August, we have no time to waste. Is that clear? So whatever is done on the weekday will not be repeated on the weekend. Why? Because once the lecture is done on the weekday, video is available to everybody. You could use it to catch up and join us on the weekend. If you are not able to join on the weekend, why not? There's a lot of time available. You can watch the video and join us on the weekday. So that is the level of flexibility we are offering so that we can have multiple meetings per week and deliver the syllabus as quick as possible so that everybody can have time to do revision. I believe it's clear. So we need that level of what? Flexibility. We need that level of what? Flexibility in order to quickly deliver this syllabus so that people can actually have time for revision. I believe it's clear. The time is not there to now be repeating and repeating and repeating. I believe it's clear. And when that happens, our concern is to make sure we carry everybody along. But you see, the feedback we are getting, if I should show you our feedback form, a lot of our students are complaining that we end up being slow just to be able to carry everybody along. And when it is almost time for us to wrap up, then we mount the pressure. So we are going to go with the reverse. We're going to mount the pressure from day one. And you can trust me, I'm good at that. I'll put your brain on high cylinders. Exactly. I'll give you that pressure that you yourself, you will know that, yes, you are writing a professional lesson. Exactly. So expect that from us. We're going to start and hit the ground running. Exactly. It's a new syllabus. We are prepared to deliver. So we will not compromise the quality, but we have to ensure that we all take advantage of the flexibility we offer to be able to have 2 sessions per week. Either you pick up the video and watch, which I know most students do, because there are a lot of our students who most of the time don't even partake in the live session and watch videos just to come along. There are some who also join only weekday. Why not? But make sure that they watch the weekend videos. There are some also who join weekend only, but make sure that they watch the weekday videos, which obviously helps us to be flexible and we carry everybody along to the date of completion of the syllabus. Is that clear? And this time around, we have made a slight change to level 2 audit and assurance because in the past we've been struggling to assign it on the weekday because there are 5 days of the week and there are 6 papers in level 2. Is that okay? So in the past, what we were doing was that we were combining principles of tax with audit and assurance on Friday. But technically, when that happens, you realize that if a student is registering for both the audit and assurance and the principles of tax, there's going to be a problem. It means that they're going to miss out one session. So with the approach we have for the delivery of audit and assurance, that is by Derek, you don't have a problem. Your meeting is once a week, which is Sunday, 6 p.m. And I trust Derek. Is that clear? That's my brother. He's supposed to deliver once a week and finish the syllabus in good time. So you don't have a problem at all. Even though it's once a week, Sunday evening, at least that should be able to help us accommodate the challenge. Because if we want to run a weekday program for audit and assurance level 2, we are likely to add it to principles of tax. And for those who don't have exemption and are willing to combine the 2 papers, technically it brings a lot of problems. So if you have a single session per week, that's the only paper that we have once a week. But I can tell you, very effective, delivery is sharp, quick completion of syllabus, and we are able to achieve our outcomes. Is that clear? So basically that is it. So there should not be a problem with that at all. It's just to ensure that we are able to have that happen. Is that clear? So somebody say, just asking, why isn't lecture starting after the release of the result? And let me be very blunt with this, since this question has kept coming. Is that clear? Our result will be released, is that clear? Technically this week. If I want to give you good information, Council of the Institute is likely or is supposed to meet on Tuesday, exactly, to consider and approve our results. It's not difficult information. It should be public knowledge. Tuesday, Council will approve our result. And technically, once that result is approved, exactly, it's supposed to be released, if not Tuesday, that Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, the result should knock your head. I hope you are getting the point. So that is technically result to come. If not Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, it should hit your doorstep. I hope you are getting the point. So technically, result will be released between Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, if we want to wait for release of result, it means that we may just start lectures on the weekend. That's technically what that means. Maybe we could start lectures on Saturday. But now, when we start on Saturday, what it means is that those who may want to join the weekday may not have the opportunity to also have the review of the syllabus. So what we are doing is that let's run the weekday, which is tomorrow to Friday, to discuss the syllabus. For those who might have already registered and have no paper to write, or they are not resitting and want to actually start from the word go, so that we run it from them from Monday to Friday. Then when the result is released between Tuesday and Wednesday, is that okay? Those who have a receipt to take, is that okay? Or wants to now know or have now known their position after the release of the result can still register, exactly, between Thursday and Friday and join us on Saturday for the weekend aspect of the overview of the syllabus, so that we can carry everybody along, because we cannot move into the following week, that's next week, and still be doing introduction. I believe I'm making sense. So that is the way to go. Result will come between Tuesday, Wednesday, no doubt, that is clear. That's the most reliable information I can give you now with regards to your result for those who wrote the last sitting. So once you are clear in your mind, Wednesday, if there's any outcome, celebration should not take more than 2 days. Exactly. Or mourning, or if you are mourning, which I don't expect you to mourn, should not take more than 2 days. Is that clear? So that we can join the weekend session and kick off. I believe it's clear. And we are likely to do, we normally do what we call the receipt test forum, which is going to happen this coming Friday. Exactly. So that those who are receipting, we give you our program for the receipt test, which is normally called a modular program. Exactly. So there will be a session this coming Friday evening, which is normally to help our receipters know what they have to do going into the new syllabus. Are we clear? So there will be a meeting on Friday for receipters or whoever is to attempt a paper again in the new syllabus, having not been able to pass in the previous syllabus. Are we together? So that will happen on Friday. But whatever the outcomes of the result on Tuesday or Wednesday, just make sure that you don't take more than 2 days to know the way to go. And that is why we are doing the Friday program, so that as a way of counseling, we can help to put your mind better to join us on the weekend going forward. Are we together? So I believe that has cured most of the challenges some of you are having. Is that okay? I'm sure this has solved the problem for most of us, right? Yeah. So that is it. So for our lectures, minimum 3 hours, every lecture per week. We expect to deliver every lecture minimum 3 hours. So if you look at our programs, in the past, our lectures normally start from 5:30 on the weekday, actually. This time around, we are starting off from 6 p.m. Is that okay? And the reason is because sometimes people are not able to get home before the close of lectures or the close of work and all of that. So we want to ensure that at least we give some extra 30 minutes for people to settle in to join us. So that's why our weekday session is now starting from 6 p.m. so that we can close anything between 8:45 to 9 p.m. Exactly. So our lectures will be between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Is that okay? So that we can finish up the syllabus in time. So minimum 3 hours for every lecture. Exactly. Going into this new syllabus. Okay. So somebody say, what's the minimum number of papers one can write per sitting for level 2? Yes, you can write minimum 2 papers. Most time, preferably, if you are attempting a particular level for the first time, you should attempt 2 papers, exactly. But if you are writing level 3 papers, compulsorily you have to write all 4 papers. Assuming you are writing for the first time, that becomes burdensome, but you may have to have a strategy going into that. You cannot be able to commit energy for all 4. So you may have to go through the lectures for the 4 and then make a decision towards the end as to which of them you can focus on. But if you are somebody who is not working and has the time, why not? You can be able to take all 4 head on and get it. Exactly. So that is it. So if you have a question, you can be putting it in the chat box so that whilst I'm talking, I'm dealing with it so that we don't have to wait till the end of time for us to be able to ask questions. So if you have questions, you can use the opportunity to put it in the Q&A box, okay? So somebody said, thank you so much for the time change from 5:30 to 6 p.m. As I said, we are looking at your feedback. Once you give us feedback, we make the most of it. So please always give us feedback. If there's anything we are doing that you think we should improve on it, don't be shy, just get to me. I'm one of the most, I would say, most patient persons and very receptive persons. Is that okay? So give me the information and I'll use it to improve on our program so that you are the ultimate beneficiary. Is that clear? So good evening. How can a change of subject register isn't possible to a subject register? Good evening. How can change a subject register or isn't? I think that is the person talking about change of subject. So if you registered already and then maybe you want to change a subject, normally we allow a window. We are going to release our terms and conditions very soon. There are some people who have already registered already for tuition even before the release of the results. So we know that sometimes after the results are released, some people make decisions on changes of subject and all of that. We will allow an opportunity for that, maybe just for a week, and then we can obviously move back to our regular thing. Exactly, because I know that some people may want to make changes to the subject they've already registered. Some may want to even add more. Those are decisions that I'm sure once the results are released, most of us could make those decisions. So I would actually allow my team to manage that for a week, and then beyond that, we are good to go. Is that okay? So the questions keep dropping, and I like that. It's good we are putting your questions in the Q&A box, so it's good. Somebody say, how many papers are you to require to pass level 3? Level 3 has 4 papers. Please, do you have a payment plan so that we can all pay at once, please? Yes, so for those who don't have the full amount and wants to take advantage of our payment or part payment policy, is that okay? You can call the second number. My number is the 0555213559. The second number is the secretary's number, which is the 0547193614. Exactly. So you can chat her. She handles all issues on part payment. Exactly. I've taken myself off some of those operational issues. So you can reach her directly so that she can manage you directly. Exactly. But as a policy, we don't allow part payment for one paper. No, it doesn't work. Exactly. We don't allow part payment for a single paper. It doesn't work. If you are writing multiple papers and you want to have an arrangement to have your payment deferred, we would allow that. And we have even introduced a feature in the app where having been given access, we have introduced a new module, what do you call it, a new feature in our app. Because what we have seen also is that some of our students, they register, then when the deadline for payment is due, they download all the videos and then decide that they won't pay. That won't happen again. There's so much improvement in our technology to cure some of those mischiefs. So we are very careful because our students, some of them, even though we are training accountants, I'm very worried the character of the people we are training. So that's why we all need to have decency in mind, because your behavior may affect somebody in the future who may ordinarily need a payment plan in order to join the program. Exactly. So as I said, the secretary manages all that. You can reach her, you can chat her on WhatsApp so that she can manage it. perfectly. Is that okay? So don't call me for part payment. Call the secretary. She will manage that. Exactly. So somebody said, can you please talk about the part payment, especially for students who are registering more than one? So I think I've dealt with that. Just call the number 054-719-3614. You can WhatsApp her. I prefer you WhatsApp her because when you call, so many people are calling. So just send her a WhatsApp that, madam, I need a part payment arrangement. This is my proposal. I'm registering for 3 papers. I'm paying for 2. Can you give me the third one as an option for me to pay at the end of the month? Because all the outstandings are to be paid by the end of 31st of August. We are not moving any obligation beyond 31st of August. So if you are going in for the part payment, know that there's no outstandings that will be transcended into September. Every obligation should be retired by the end of August. And we'll be very strict about it. So please take note of that, okay? Somebody say, I have MSc in accounting. It's my first time writing. Please help me with the courses that will be exempted. So for MSc accounting and finance, you are only expected to write PSA and the last 4 papers at the level 3. So you're going to write public sector accounting and finance, and then the 4 papers in level 3. Exactly. So somebody say, how much are you charging for modular? So we'll have a discussion on Friday for our Reseaters Forum. So Friday, this coming Friday, we have our Reseaters Forum. Normally, when we do the Reseaters Forum, then we announce our modular program. So hopefully when you meet us on Friday, you will hear our program for the Reseaters. Is that okay? Somebody say, I have CR left from the old syllabus. Which papers am I going to write in the new syllabus? CR is the same. If you have only CR left, you are going to still write CR in the new syllabus. Is that okay? So there's no change at all. If CR is your only paper left, when you go into the new syllabus, you still write CR. The same CR, but with some slight additions to what was in the old syllabus. Somebody say, is it possible to provide all videos so that our meeting sessions will be available for solving questions? So this particular suggestion may not work now because there have been some slight changes in the syllabus. Are we together? So if assuming we are doing the lecture for next year March, then that will be fine, because when you go into our app now, as if you register for tuition now, all the videos for the last sitting, they are there, even with the lecture materials for it. So you can even start learning. You don't need to wait for us. Exactly. But the only challenge is that because of the new syllabus, there will be some slight changes to some issues and some rearrangement and all of that, especially with PSA, which has been demarcated or which has been dismantled. So that is the challenge. If not, the old videos should work. Exactly. For a student writing advanced auditing, the old videos should work for you, because the only few changes we can add up to that and move and make progress. If you're writing corporate reporting, the new additional issues are not even more, they are just about 10 marks issues, which has been added. So you should be fine with the old videos. Are we clear? So the old videos can be relevant, but we cannot decide that everybody should go and watch the old videos, then we wait for revision. No, we still need to carry everybody along, still teaching the same old things, even though the old videos are there, carry everybody along to the completion of the syllabus so that we can have interaction and solve questions. Exactly. Right. So I hope this time the speed from the word go and slow down getting to the, yes, that's the point I made clear. This time around, speed from the word go, and then we slow down towards the end. So take note of that. This time around, speed from the word go, then we slow down towards the end. So we have changed our approach. We are not going to be slow from the beginning, no, and give the pressure at the end. Pressure from the beginning, then we are relaxed at the end, waiting for you to come for revision. Is that clear? Right. So somebody said, I've been calling you since morning, but I didn't return a call. Yes. Once you call and I don't respond, I've been having lectures the whole day. Sorry about that. I just finished a lecture with the students who are writing the CIMA exam. So sometimes if you call me and I don't respond, the best is to WhatsApp me. Is that okay? It will be the best you can do for me. Just send me a WhatsApp message. Once I know there's an issue, I'll likely respond. So that is one of the best suggestion I'll always make. Once you call me, I don't pick. It's likely I'm in a lecture, I'm in a meeting. Is that okay? So the best is that drop me a WhatsApp message and I'll surely respond to you. Okay. Somebody said, I've registered for auditing tuition on Saturday. Can it be rescheduled after 6 p.m. to help Saturday church goers? I know that's a problem. We cannot fulfill all righteousness. Is that okay? Everybody may want to have changes or moderation to the timetable to suit them. Somebody will say, I have prayers on Friday. Even when we have early morning lectures, some people say they are praying. They have to go and do their early morning prayers. So there's so much that we can do to manage some of these things. I remember when I was writing ICA, one of my very good friend, Anyas, is that okay? When we are having lectures, in the middle of a major discussion, Anyas will get up, he has a small mat that he has folded. He will pick his mat, go and put it in front of the class, lay it down, and be praying to Allah when the lecture is going on. And when he comes back from the prayer, then you say, Ellie, where have you got into? You see, confusion, Ayobasa. I hope you are getting the point. So some of these things, I know Allah is not in a haste to leave you. Is that okay? Allah can wait small for you. He understands power. So sometimes you just have to what? Ensure you are managing some of these things. And that is why there's videos. Is that okay? We cannot, there's so much responsibility we are all managing. Somebody may want to go to church on Saturday. Somebody may, like, there's so much responsibility we are all managing. So the best is that the videos are there as a way of support, as a way of a backup. So if you know that there's a particular challenge or a particular thing you need to respond to, just have that respite, just have that willingness to know that I will always get the backup in terms of the video to watch. And I always recommend that there are students who don't watch the video, and then towards the end, they get a lot of powered videos. I normally call it previous video depth. Exactly. It sometimes becomes so, how do I call it, burdensome when you have a lot of videos that you haven't watched and you become a bit jittery. Is that okay? So please avoid that. Exactly. Somebody says the ICAG manual for the new syllabus available. Yes, I've been doing some follow-up on my own part to the leadership of the profession or the institute. And from what I'm reliably informed, the books would go on sale exactly before the release of the results. So we expect that, take it or leave it, the books should be going on sale, if not Monday or Tuesday. So that is the what do you call it, the communication I got from the leadership of the profession. That is the what do you call it, the president of the institute, that the manuals, what they have there, should currently go on sale before the release of the results. So whatever it is, Monday, Tuesday, there should be some sale of the new books or the new manuals. And with ASPA, we have put in place some arrangement to ensure that our students from the word go are able to obtain the books nationwide. Exactly. We want to make sure that we bring our experience in the delivery of our books, which we have already done in the old syllabus, that structure we have, that expertise we have in books or the sale of books or ordering and distribution of books. We want to bring that competency to bear on the release of the new manuals. And we are also making sure that once the manuals are released by the Institute, we will also make them available to our students across the entire country, and trust us to deliver on that. Is that clear? So we can move on now. Good morning. Please, once I pay for tuition, do I have to pay for intervention as well? We had this question in the feedback session. Students were suggesting that we should combine the fees. Okay, some were suggesting that we should make the fee one. We should make intervention fee and tuition a single payment. And you see, when you do that, that becomes so expensive. Exactly. So normally, you could register for intervention almost now, which I'm sure our technical team will work on that, which I'm sure my technical team listening to me will resolve, so that if you really want to register for intervention from the word go, you can do it now. You can register for tuition and also pay for intervention now. The only challenge we always have is that sometimes students go and pay for intervention when they actually meant to have paid for tuition. Obviously, because they think the price is smaller, so they want to go and pay for that. Exactly. But the arrangement is that once you register for tuition, it's a different program. Revision or intervention is a different program. And for our students, we normally give you a discount to join the intervention program. I believe it's clear to everybody. So kindly take note of that. I want to find out if all the lectures will be online or they will be face-to-face. Our delivery now is strictly online. We are looking at offering our students opportunity to come in person. Exactly. And we are making arrangement in that for that. Is that okay? The kind of face-to-face lectures we want to have, like we used to have in the past, we're having a hybrid program. So students come in person as they are sitting in class. The same lecture is broadcast live to the online student. That's what we used to do. Now, the reason why we're doing that was that we had some strategy in place. Now, we were doing that intentionally. Students joined in person and the online student also joined at the same time. So we were having a dual model. Now, with time, we realized that the students who were coming in person started dropping to the point that we were having a 10-90% ratio. So what that means is that 90% of the students are online and only 10% are in person. So what is the point here? We need to save resources. If 90% of the students are joining online, why should we spend so much resource to accommodate 10% of the student in person? So that is why we decided that, you know what, let's all ensure we are able to move online so that we are able to save resource and time. And that is the reason why we have decided to move everything online. But that notwithstanding, in order to ensure socialization and people meeting in person and all of that, we are aiming to introduce a new model where even though we are doing strictly online, there will be certain specific days or lectures where we can run the dual model, where students can come in person whilst the lecture is also still running at the same time online. And we are hoping to implement that very soon. So once that is, all the arrangements are done and we have very much confirm the arrangement, communicate to everybody. So we are likely to have the hybrid happening again, but with a very professional touch. Exactly. So we are arranging certain, we are putting in place certain arrangement to ensure that when it happens, you actually like what we are seeing or what you may want to see. The face-to-face will be very professional, whilst at the same time being live on Zoom. You actually appreciate what I'm saying when the time comes. So please, we are trying to do that. Is that clear? Please, can you enlighten us on the changes on the new syllabus? So Thomas, we've done that on Friday. We spent almost an hour and a half discussing the changes to the new syllabus. So if you didn't join us on Friday, the video is available on YouTube, on all social media platforms. That's especially on YouTube. You can search for Aspire on YouTube and then you see the video. Exactly. So we did that on Friday. It's already on our YouTube channel. Exactly. So somebody say, please, if self-study tuition open option advisable even with the new syllabus? Yes, we used to have what we call the self-study model. Self-study means that you register and have only videos, no in-session class, no online class. You don't have the opportunity to join the class. You only take the video and watch. Now, my technical team says we should still run it. Is that we should still do the self-study and maybe give the self-study student the videos on the new syllabus issues. I believe it's clear. So that's what my technical team are suggesting, that yes, we can allow people to join the self-study program. Then we cautiously make available to them the relevant topics that are new in the syllabus via the app so that they can still watch the video and still go fine. So that's the decision we've made. So self-study is still workable, but what we are saying is that you'll be given the old videos, same videos that you already have, which has been done in the past. We could give you 2 sittings or 3 sittings of the old syllabus for you to use to do your revision. Then if there's a lecture on the new syllabus, the issues in the new syllabus, we'll make those videos available to you under the self-study program. Exactly. But as I said, it all depends. So when we have a meeting on Friday, our reciters forum, we'll have a discussion on all of that. Is that clear? So has the exemption policy commenced? Because the new policy said that if you don't have BSc accounting as an MSc, will exempt from management accounting. Is that okay? So I will have to confirm that with regards to that policy. So let me just do that confirmation. Somebody say, I have both CR and SCS in the old syllabus. Does it remain the same in the new syllabus? Yes, the nomenclature is the same. CR is CR, SCS is SCS in the new syllabus. It's just that there are some slight updates to the new SCS and the new CR. Exactly. They've added some nice things to it to make it more nicer. Exactly. So please, I'm a basic schools teacher and I'm coming in with a BEd accounting. Would that be a problem since I'm not practicing currently as an accountant? You don't have a problem at all. Exactly. It doesn't matter your background. Once you join our tuition program, we are able to carry everybody along. Those who don't have knowledge of accounting, those who are fresh in mind, somebody who have a different orientation altogether can still join our program and still survive. So don't worry at all. You are even better off because you have a BEd, Bachelor of Education in Accounting. Clearly, you don't have a problem. Is that okay? Somebody said, I'm preparing for January 2025 sitting. So can you register for corporate reporting and MSc accounting? Yes, so you can do that. You can do that. So what I advise is that if you are somebody who is applying for exemption using your MSc accounting and finance, don't wait to finish your MSc before coming to write PSA. You can technically write a PSA now and pass it. And once you bring your exemptions or you come and secure your exemptions, you're already at a final level. I believe it's clear. So always do that. Always do that. Please, are there a lot of changes to the SCS in the new syllabus? I would advise all those who want to have questions answered on the new syllabus to watch the videos, right? We did a lot of work on that. So please try and then watch the videos of what we did on the new syllabus on Friday. That video is available. If you watch it, it's very insightful. Exactly. Somebody said, can you use the old books for the new syllabus? It depends. It depends on the particular subject. For a paper like corporate reporting, you can still use the old manual or the old books, just that you may need to add some few things regarding the issue of sustainability and all of that. So you may have to get some materials to support the old ones. Is that clear? How will one get audit and advanced taxation book? As I said, once the manuals have been, or we'll begin to sell the manuals this week, we'll communicate on our platform on how the distribution will be done. Is that clear? So somebody say, are the auditing students going to be allowed to join FR class this time around like we did in the last sitting? It really helped. So that's a big question. I really love that question because what we did last sitting is that we all agree, which is something I want you to capture clearly. Exactly. You must be aware from the word go that when it comes to papers like financial reporting, corporate reporting, exactly, advanced auditing, public sector, is that okay? Those subjects are built on frameworks. So our agenda last sitting was that we allowed all our students doing FR, both regular and modular, corporate reporting, both regular and modular, advanced auditing, both regular and modular. We allowed all the students to join my class, which I called the IFRS competency class. And I can tell you it was a major game changer because I was handling the IFRS with my level of competency to deliver it for everybody to appreciate at the same level. And that helped us a lot because we were able to do all the basic standards and everybody was carried along. And we are going to replicate the same for IPSAS. Exactly, because for those writing public sector accounting, per what we did on Friday, if you don't attempt financial reporting, you're going to have problems going in for the public sector accounting because of the convergence in the IPSAS and the IFR. So what we are aiming to do going into this sitting is that all students writing public sector accounting compulsorily will be given access to our IFRS competency class. I repeat, all students who will be joining us for public sector accounting will be given the opportunity to join our IFRS competency class. Why? Because you cannot attempt IPSAS if you don't have knowledge of IFRS. You're going to have problems. Are we together? So the IPSAS must first be built on with the IFRS. If you know the IFRS, IPSAS is a walkthrough. It's a walk in the park. So that is our main agenda going into this new syllabus. All our public sector accounting students, PSA students, will be made to join the IFRS competency class, which is a platform, which is a free platform given to all our students doing the subjects that are built on frameworks: corporate reporting, financial reporting, advanced auditing, audit and assurance. And as I said now, the PSA student will also join that class. We call it the IFRS competency class because we want all our students who are writing all these papers, the papers that are built on the frameworks, to be having some knowledge on the IFRS, ability to understand IFRS from a very easy point of view. Are we together? So please, it's our agenda going into this sitting, and I'm going to lead that discussion very seriously. And I want to make sure that the outcome for the paper going into this new syllabus will be marvelous. I believe you are with me. So that is it. So can we get the books from the Institute? Yes, as I've indicated, this week we are expecting them to be available. Somebody said, I hold an HND in agriculture. So for those of you who want clarifications on your exemption and those things, I advise you kindly, let's chat on WhatsApp. It will be the best option. Send me, based on the number you see there, 0555 send me a WhatsApp on your qualification that you have now so that we can help with your exemption. We will likely need your transcript. I believe it's clear, so that we can help with the specific exemptions that you are going to receive. If not, we'll end up not having to achieve our objectives for this meeting. Is that clear? So that is it. So on that basis, somebody said, good evening. Will the institute notify us when the manuals are available? As I said, we will be the first to notify you. We are monitoring the situation, and we are more or less if you normally look at how elections are done in Ghana, we are like your heartbeat. So once the institute release the manual, you see us flying messages on all our WhatsApp platforms. And we are going to also make sure that we also help you to access the manuals. Are we together? We'll find a way to make sure that our students are able to procure the manuals exactly at a very, very easy option. Is that clear? So somebody said, what is the title of the new syllabus review? Ike, what is the title? The video on YouTube for the syllabus overview. I think I told you to make a change to that. Ike, are you there? What is the name of the video for the syllabus review? The one we did on Friday. So Ike will come in with that.
Let me get it for you, sir.
Okay, kindly do that, and then I actually communicate to everybody. So we did that on Friday. It's available on our YouTube channel. We have done a 1.5 hour video on the new syllabus from the paper 1.1 to paper what 3.4.
ICAG new syllabus 2024 to 2029 as per overview.
Very good. So ICAG new syllabus 2024 to 2029 ASPICE overview. Exactly. The ASPICE overview of the ICAG new syllabus 2024 to 2029. So that was done on Friday. Myself and my technical colleague Kwame, we did an expose on the new syllabus, and you really enjoy it when the time comes. Is that clear? So that is it. So on that note, I think we can wrap up quickly now. A lot of the issues that were shared in the Q&A box, we have dealt with that. Are we together? So we can now look at one more innovation, and then we shut down. So one of the innovation that essentially gives you an advantage at ASPA is what we call the Ask Sigmund. That is our AI or our machine learning, what do you call it, software, which has been embedded in our mobile application. So if you have our mobile application, on the interface, on the homepage, you see Ask Sigmund. Click on it, ask it any question, and it will answer you. Now, what is the way forward? With the introduction of the new syllabus, our aim is to what? Is to get Ask Sigmund to understand the new syllabus. It with previous knowledge from the old syllabus. We are feeding it with information, and we are also going to do that with the new syllabus. The aim is that one of the key thematic issues of this new syllabus, or one of the key changes in this new syllabus, is technology. And with ASPA, we are the leaders in this area. And we are the only tuition provider having an AI within our mobile application. We even had this even before WhatsApp, introduced Meta AI. It's a fact. We had this in our mobile application even before Meta AI came out. So that should tell you how far we are coming. And we are building, or we are giving it knowledge of our syllabus so that any question you ask, you get a round-up answer in a second. Exactly. We are using technology, and I can tell you it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So, on that note, I'm done with my delivery. I'm sure most of you are excited to join the Aspire tuition program. I lead tuition at Aspire with my other colleagues. Hopefully, you see them from tomorrow. Is that okay? So, I can tell you we are ready to deliver the new syllabus. So, as a way of a recap, this is our program for November tuition program. Our fee levels are there. Our discount policy is there. And you can see from the picture, we have a multiple award-winning tuition provider. Exactly. We are a multiple award-winning tuition provider. The evidence is there. We are the best in terms of technology. You can't get it anywhere else. In terms of seriousness, in terms of delivery, is that okay? You can't get it anywhere else. In terms of our tuition flyer or our timetable, you can see the level of flexibility it comes with. Exactly. As I said, we've made changes to the evening options for weekday. Now we start at 6 p.m. and somebody has already confirmed that it's a good decision, and I'm sure it will help most of us. So that is it. If you have any question, I'm going to allow those who want to ask questions live. You can raise up your hand, and then I'll mute you to ask me a question directly. Exactly. But I'm sure because I've allowed people to put their questions in the Q&A box, I've dealt with most of the issues. But if there are any of them, we'll allow colleagues to ask, maybe 3 or 4 people, and then we are good to go. So we have Richmond and we have Alexander. Where is Richmond? Richmond, if you're available, you can talk to me. If Richmond is not ready, we can also have Alexander. If Alexander is not ready, we have Sarah JB. So Alexander, let me hear you now.
Hi, good morning, Sigmund. Good. Just want to commend you for the exercise we did last session. It was very great. My question has to do with, I want to find out, is it possible for one to register, let's say, for popular in a particular subject and then tuition in the other, in the app, or it has to be under the same category? Just one clarification on that. Thank you.
So you said you want to know whether one can register for tuition. Come again, I didn't get that.
Tuition for one subject and then modular for another.
Yes, you can do that. It's something we don't have a problem with. We have students registering for regular tuition for a particular paper and then modular for another. We don't have a problem. But the modular is for somebody who has already attempted that paper in the past and has a mark of above 35 in the previous time he attempted. That's always the safeguard. Anybody who has anything below 35, please come back for tuition. Exactly. In all humility, just come back for tuition. Because it means that the mark you had in the last sitting was below moderation grade. Exactly. If you have anything below 35, it means that you are somebody who has a lack of fundamental knowledge of the subject. Anytime you have anything below 35, your fundamental is shaky. You need to subject yourself to tuition again. Anything above 45 years or anything above 35 years, it means that you need revision. You need to practice. Anything below 35, please, you have found a foundational problem. Have humility and subject yourself to tuition. That is the advice I normally give. Alexander, I hope it's okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So when the results are out, I'm going to do a reseaters forum on Friday. And those are the things I'll be discussing. I'll do a technical discussion on what you need to do going into the new syllabus as a reseater. I hope I'm making sense. I've prepared a whole lecture or a whole discussion or webinar that is going to happen on Friday after the release of the result. What must you do as a reseater for the new syllabus? So it's a webinar scheduled for Friday. As I said, results are going to come between Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, it should land. Once it lands, we're going to do a webinar on Friday. Is that okay? Right. Richmond, any question?
Yeah, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a CR and strategic case to write under the old syllabus.
Yeah.
Is it going to finish? Is it going to be same under the new syllabus?
you are going to still write the same papers, but just that there has been some add-ons to the old syllabus. Exactly. So whatever knowledge you had from the previous syllabus, there's a need for you to add on some few things before you can attempt the new papers. Is that okay? Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Then we have Jennifer.
Yeah, sir. This is
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yes, madam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Ellie, I want to ask whether you would really advise us to write November or hold on and write in March.
I will never. There's one thing, let me tell you, Jennifer, and listen to me very clearly.
Yes.
Never under any circumstance, exactly, decide that I will not write a particular date. You don't know when the favor of the Lord will visit you.
Yes.
Do you understand? So you don't now decide that media way me chop. Are you getting a point? It may be that date that your breakthrough will come. I will never advise anybody to do that unless it's something very personal. That maybe you have some new role, or maybe you are a nursing mother. Yeah, if it's personal, it's a different matter. But if you are a full-bodied person, are you getting a point with time on your hand, and then you make a personal decision that this sitting, because it's a new syllabus and things are so new, so because of the pressure, I won't attempt. You are missing out on something. Because I know from experience from November 2019, when we had the new syllabus, that November exam was one of the exams that people passed. Because it's a new syllabus, people normally go through with just little attempt. So never ever imagine that. Are you with me, Jennifer? Once you have
Yes.
body, spirit, and soul, there's nothing preventing you. Just put your leg inside. You understand? That's the way that's my belief. Under no circumstance should you say I won't write. Just also can be.
Yes.
Join them. You see, no, your own will come. Exactly. And the sitting that you think you haven't prepared, that's the one that you see the favor of the Lord will visit you. I hope you are getting the point. So sometimes never put yourself in that situation. Just go and attempt. Exactly. And you can never be finished preparation. That's a professional paper. Anytime you are even going to write, you feel the anxiety that you haven't learned some things. But you see, what you need to tell yourself is that you are not going for 100, you are going for 50, true of us. So if you are going for 100, that is when you are desperate. But if you are going for 50, why the panic? The knowledge you have can get you the 50. So under no circumstance should you ever do that. Is that clear? So I know you will take my advice. Is that okay? Yeah. So that's good. Thank you, Jennifer, for the question. So there's another hand up. Is it Sarah? Sarah JB? Has Sarah spoken already?
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sarah. Talk to me.
Yeah, looking at the timetable, I realized that those of us who will be writing PSC and some of the final paper, the timing are the same. Timing for the lecture period are the same.
So I think the only paper that has a clash is what's the name? If it's PSA and final, I think the only clash is with Mondays. Are you with me? Because Sunday PSA does not clash with case study. Are you with me? It's only Mondays that there's a clash in the evening. So I think with that, you may have to make a choice whether you join the PSA or case study. Whichever way, the video is available for you to catch up. Is that okay? Right.
Yeah, but please, what about so the Mondays ones are online or in person?
Every lecture is online. Is that okay? Every lecture is online.
But you have in person too.
As I said, we don't have an in-person class now. We are aiming to have an in-person, but in a different approach, where we will select certain times that students should come in person. Is that okay? So we'll say that, okay, in the next 2 weeks, we'll have an in-person class and an online class at the same time. So if those who are interested, you can register to become or come in person, and we'll tell you where to come for the in-person class. Is that okay? So please take note of that. But for now, the delivery is strictly online. Is that okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you.
Great. So let's see some two other hands and then we wrap up. So we have Esther and then we have Christiana. Auntie Esther. Auntie Esther.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, Christiana. Christiana, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good
Thank you so
evening.
much for the information. But please, I was not part of the opening of the syllabus. I
Yeah,
think review
so
or something. You sent a link.
yeah.
But please, my question is: so now the level 3, are we still writing all the 4 at once, or you can choose to register one?
That policy is still the same.
Oh, okay, okay.
That
Thank you
policy
so much.
has not changed. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Then the other person is it Christiana?
Esther.
Esther, go ahead now.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
Yes, please, I want to confirm if you have to join on. I'm writing PS. I want to confirm if I'm supposed to join on Monday and Sunday, or
Yes.
just choose one day. Like,
So for this week,
I'm supposed to
we are
join on
doing- so for this week, we are doing introduction of the new syllabus. So if you join on Monday, you can decide not to join on Sunday, you are fine. Because it's the same thing. We are going to discuss the syllabus for PSA or whichever subject you are doing. If it's corporate reporting, we'll discuss the syllabus for that paper. Are you getting it? What we are doing on weekday, what we are doing from Monday to Friday will be repeated on the weekend. Are we together? So that those who will join us after the release of the result can still catch up on the weekend. Is that okay? Once we are done, following week, we would advise you to join both. If you cannot join both, then you may choose to watch the video of one. Is that okay? So if you are somebody who wants to join only the weekdays, it's not a problem. Join the weekday, but just make sure that you are able to watch the videos for the weekend to come along with us. Is that okay? Yeah, and there should be some diligence in that regard. Never miss out the video. Is that okay? Because if a lecture happens on the weekday, there are so many days before the weekend comes. Is that okay? So just make sure that you catch up as quick as possible before the next session comes up again. Is that okay? Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, because I'm not on any platform. Today I went there. I thought there would be lectures today, so I went to the Kwabenya. I went to wait. There was no one there.
Sorry
like
about that.
I don't know. It was like I was quite lost.
Sorry about that. So for now, we are running a strictly online. Is that okay? So our venues will be available for students who wants to come and use it for their own personal study and all of that. Or maybe we have books that you want to buy. We are using it for just administrative purpose. Is that okay? In the past, all we're doing was that students will come there and then the lecture will be streaming in the class. So you can come and sit in and watch us online. But most of them have seen that, why should I come and sit there if I can join from the comfort of my home? I believe I'm making sense. So most of the students just didn't like the option. So we decided to just get everybody online. Is that fair?
Okay. Right. Okay, sure. That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. So I think on that note, I'll leave everybody. Thank you all for making the time to join us in our opening night. It's something we do every night just to make sure that we are able to carry everybody along. Is that okay? So that we are all on the same page before we start lectures tomorrow. Are we together? Somebody said, will you advise a student to go for remarking or he and she doesn't feel convinced about the result? Oh, you can always go for remarking just to clear your mind. But I can tell you that the kind of process we have in place in marking your script is top notch. Even the white people, when the white people came and saw our procedures that we have in terms of our examination, the marking and the whole examination process, even though it's manual, they were obviously impressed. Is that okay? So under no circumstance should you perceive that your paper was not unfairly marked. The truth of the matter is that each paper is marked by minimum 4 examiners. So no examiner has a sole responsibility to mark a single script alone. The scripts or the questions are assigned to different examiners for a single paper. So if you are writing maybe strategic case study, exactly question 1 will be marked by me as an examiner. When I'm done, I hand over your paper to another examiner to mark question 2. So I don't have the utmost responsibility to what? To mark all the 5 questions in your answer script. So that process, that control is so much serious that if one person fails, is that clear? The other colleagues there will be some kind of netting off effect, exactly, from the other lecturers or examiners who have been able to mark your script. So it's quite, I would say, a very good system which has obviously worked over the years. And I don't think going for remarking will actually change your situation. That is the truth. Because for what the procedure they have in place now, whatever your answers are will be matched with the suggested solution. And I can tell you, for examiners who are marking, most times they even mark you better than the suggested solution. So if you are going, only worry yourself. I hope you are getting the point. So that's my advice. But you can still go ahead. Exactly. And there's no malice involved. Don't think that if you go and do remarking, you'll be victimized. No, no, no. You can still go for it. If you think you want to use it to clear your mind, you can still go and get that done. But as I tell you, it doesn't really, it may not really get you any change at all. There's a little 1 out of 10 chance that you may get any change as a result of that. Exactly. So just keep that money and do something better with it. Somebody said, how do I register? Now, in registration, we have a mobile application. Our mobile application is on Android, iOS, and Microsoft. You can use any of our applications to register, and payment is done in the app. Is that okay? You register and pay in the app, and automatically you're going to have access. Once you pay in the app, you have access to our materials, our videos especially, and now we are putting in the lecture materials in the app. So world-class application and top-notch performance as well. So that is it. So on that note, thank you everybody who has joined us. I'm really delighted to have you all join us for this opening night. It is our wish and prayer that going into this November, we will make sure, based on the help of God, that our students perform and perform well. We hope, and that is why we have this opening night, in order to kick off the new session. Exactly. Anything that starts well ends well. And that is our hope and expectation that the way we have started will end it well. Exactly. Mahama Seidu, any question?
Sir, yes, I was trying to register for advanced taxation and advanced auditing. So when I finished paying for the advanced auditing, I wanted to add up the advanced taxation. It was not responding. So I even sent you a message and I sent Mr. Ima a message as well.
Okay.
But after that, I have not been able to do the advanced taxation, sir.
Okay. So I'll let the technical team see to it now. So once we are done with the session, just send me hi now on WhatsApp and I'll pick it up and I'll let them assist you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It is likely sometimes you may make your payment. Sometimes when you are making payment and you don't wait for the app to do the automatic activation, the challenge may be that as you go into the app, you may not have access, even though you have paid. So you will need your email address to activate what you have already paid for so that you can now add the other one you want to add. I believe it's clear. So that could be the reason. Is that okay? So don't worry. Just let me have access to your email and then we can resolve it. Is that clear? Good.
Thank you.
Then, Christiana, do you still have a question?
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, sorry, your last 2 questions. Please, please, will the lecture notes be shared as well, as usual during lectures?
Yes, lecture notes will be shared. And as we are saying, it will now be available in the app.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we don't need to go to the WhatsApp. No, it will be in the app. You can go there and download it from the app. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Please, is there a deadline for payment of registration?
Oh, anytime you register, you join.
Okay.
There are students who even register 2 weeks to the exam. Last sitting, somebody registered for corporate reporting on Friday when exams was Monday. Can you imagine? We have students like that. They have a lot of faith.
Okay, thank you, sir. And sir, the last question is my issue is the level 3. So So it is compulsory that you register the 4. What if you can't write all the 4? That means that your money.
So I know there your money will she that one there you can't say anything about it. So you can register all the 4. Maybe your preparation may be only for 2 papers or 3 papers. Are you getting the point? You
Yes,
can go
please.
and attempt them. So just pray that when you attempt, you are able to pass so that the next one, you don't have to now go and pay for all the 4 papers again. Are you with me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is
All right. Thank you so much.
Christiana. Then we have another hand up. Hey, I wanted to close, but people are still. Matilda, you should be my last. Matilda, any question?
Yes, sir, please. I would like to find out if you would advise that a student in part 2 writes like 4 papers together, like maybe FR, FM,
You have
PSC,
FR,
and
you have
others.
FR, and you want to combine it. You want to write 4 papers in level 2. Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
Oh, it is doable. Do you
But
work?
within the time, pardon?
Do you work? Are you a working person?
Yes, I'm a working person.
I know the
But
is my sister.
so
Two
what's the
or
most
3
you would
should be
advise?
fine.
Fine.
2 or
Okay.
3 should be fine. Exactly.
Okay.
2 minimum, 3 maximum. But to go for 4, it will be too much of a pressure for you. So 2 should be fine. 3, if assuming you are combining, maybe for example, you can do 3 papers. Let me give you the combination. You are doing FR, PSA, and then audit and assurance. That's not bad for a 3 paper combination. It's not bad at all.
Okay.
FR, PSA, and audit and assurance level 2. It's not a bad combination. Is that okay? Not a bad combination, yeah. So that if assuming you are attempting level 2 for the first time, you can take that as a combined combination. Or you are doing MA, FM, you can even add maybe the audit and assurance. It's not bad. It's a reading paper, and with Derek, my brother, delivering that paper, you should be able to pass one off. Is that clear? So audit and assurance, we always get 90% pass rate. So it's a paper. If you have not yet written, you can join us, and I can be sure that you are going to have a pass. It's not the so yeah. So
yeah,
I
already
always,
written
okay.
audits and then FM cost management. Yes. So is that with the rest of the 4 papers that I wanted to tackle together? But I just wanted that.
So you can go with the FR and the PSA 2 for now, and then the next one you take another 2. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much. So, colleagues, I think I have to leave you now. So much is expected of us, and we are ready and prepared to help with the new syllabus. Is that okay? Thank you all, and have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.